So while everyone is pouring in, I did post the group coaching rules in the chat. If you would like to check those out, the entire meeting is recorded. So if you are on camera, if you get coaching, if I call on you and I unmute you, understand it is recorded and it can be repurposed. So you are consenting to that. But it looks like everyone's joining us. Everyone's early. See, I thought everyone was going to be late. I thought everyone was going to pour in here all late. I guess not. Everybody's pouring in now, and that's fine. I'm always early to everything. I'm early to my personal coaching. I'm early to appointments. I'm early to a lot of stuff. So while we're waiting, I want to ask you guys how you are feeling today. Is it a good Saturday or Sunday, whatever day it is in part of the world that you are in? Because I know for some parts of the world, it's 4 a.m. I'm glad that you're here, blessed. And if I ever do go live on YouTube, I might use this setup instead of what I normally use. Usually use my phone, but this is actually it's a setup that's on a desk, but it's my laptop with I have another monitor. So I have dual monitors. This is basically my work computer. And exactly at 4 o'clock, we got two more people coming in. So, guys, I put in the chat, I'll put it in the chat again since it is 4 o'clock. The group coaching rules, everything is being recorded. If you get into the hot seat coaching, you are consenting to everything being recorded and possibly repurposed. Please follow the rules and please be respectful and patient. And I know in our Skool community, we have people all over the world. So where are you guys joining from? Texas. I'm considering moving to Texas, actually. St. Louis in the house. Gambia. Okay. Interesting. See, I get people from all over the world, all over. We're full. That's what everybody says about everywhere. I lived in Arizona for 10 years and then I moved back east again. And literally everywhere says, we're full, don't move here. Literally everywhere. Yes, blessed. I love it. I don't get many people from Africa, so I think you're one of the first. And is it Momita from India? I do get people from India. We're going to give this another couple of minutes, guys. And then I've got a fun question to ask for those that would like to participate in group coaching on who's going to go first. So this is going to be hot seat style, if I could talk today, hot seat style coaching. So what's going to happen is I will have an order and each person can either get on camera, I can unmute you. Well, I can send a request for you to unmute yourself. And then you can talk, you can be on camera, you don't have to be. And then from there, I will sit here and coach you or have a lot to be coached about. That's perfect. But what I'm going to ask is for, depending on how many people want coaching. So let's start there. Okay. And if you're just joining us, I did post rules about the group coaching. Please read those. Let me ask the group real quick. How many of you want hot seat coaching? So I know how many people we have that actually want that. Okay. So we've got one. All manifestation is the same. So if you hear me coaching someone on SP, you can use it for money. If you hear me coaching someone on health, you can use it for physical appearance. It does not matter what the desire is. It's all the same. It really is. So we've got two people so far. Okay. And I'm gonna assume blessed because she said that she's got a lot to be coached on. So three, four. Okay. Because this is going to help me decide on how long I can spend with each person. Right? Bless is going to give goddess vibes. It's so interesting because I believe she posted in the Skool about being goddess, and I posted a very beautiful woman that looked like a goddess because I put goddess in the little gift thing, and she literally looks like the gift. Yeah, you can chat your answers, Trina. So what's going to happen is here in a few minutes. So we've got four people that want hot seat coaching, correct? Any more? I've got a fun exercise on what's going to decide who goes first. I'm in a program, that's why I can't talk. Literally, music is playing. Oh, that's perfectly fine. You don't need to talk. Well, Mita, I'm so happy to finally talk with you in a more intimate way. Also, you are so magical. Okay, I appreciate magical, but you're magical. Everything that you're seeing for me is you. Any, mini, mighty, mo. No, we're going to do something fun. Okay, guys. So those that would like group coaching, only answer one answer. Okay. Don't flood the chat. But I want you to guess a number one, a number, right? From 1 to 100. I wrote down a number. So let me cover it. I wrote down a number on this paper, and the one that's closest to the number goes first, and then we'll go in order. And I need a pen so I can write it down. So we got 72, 88, 19, 30, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we got 5 people. Any more? I'll give you guys another minute. Any more guesses on the number? Or do we only have 5 people in here? I don't know. I don't know how many people's in here. Let's see. No, we got more. And it's okay if you don't want to talk. People can lurk and watch. Doesn't bother me. Okay, so we got 5. And let's see. The number is 84. So it's 84. So Jennifer is first. She was the closest. And then Ashley, then Momita, then Blessed, and then Trina. So Jennifer, do you want me to unmute you? Do you want me to send you an unmute request? Or do you just want to type in the chat? How would you like to be coached? Going to go ahead and unmute Jennifer whenever you're ready.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, great. I wasn't even going to do the hot seat, but I put a number out, so I guess here I am.
Universe said, nope, you're being coached.
Yeah, exactly.
Universe said, guess what? Nope, you're being coached.
And you're the first one.
And you're the first one. Yep. It's how it always is, right?
Session. Yeah, this is epic. Cool. So, hello, everyone. Glad to be here. So, how does this go? Do I just ask a question?
Yeah, you tell me. Cool. Tell me what you want coached on. You can tell me a situation. You can tell me whatever it is that you want.
Okay. So, I am Mm, I'm stepping into the reality where I am always chosen, prioritized, adored. I would love that to be with um, the person that I want to be with. I'm not going to say the SP thing yet. Yet I'm
It's like
open.
it's like saying X.
Right, right, right. Yeah, we don't want to say that either. But anyway, so the person I would like to be with, I'm just, I'm kind of open. If he comes back, great. If he doesn't, then there's going to be someone else. So,
Right.
yeah. So, but either way, I'm the prize. Um, I never chase, I attract. I am irresistible, radiant, and adored. That's kind of my mindset. That's where I'm at. That's my reality. So, I guess where I'm at is still trying to remain in that reality at all times because I do get lonely. I do want to try to speed up the now, you know, and make it happen now. So for me, I feel like it's very hard for me to kind of feel at peace and settled where without having that desire.
Got
Well,
it. So
yeah.
you're feeling alone, even though you're not alone.
Yes, I feel like I want to share the now in these moments with someone um besides my kids. So,
Right. And
and I'm like,
that's a normal human reaction, right? That's the normal human experience. That's the normal human emotions. And see, a lot of coaches will tell you, oh, just ignore the 3D, like stop focusing on that, stop spiraling, stop having your emotions, right?
right.
And I think that's where a lot of people get disconnected from the human experience versus what you really are. See, they're one and the same. You as source, God, universe, whatever you resonate with, came here to have a human experience, correct?
Right.
So you came here to experience exactly what you're experiencing. Missing yourself. That's what you're missing. You're not missing another person. You're missing yourself. You're missing the love from yourself because from everything
Hmm.
is within is so without. Everything out is within, right?
Okay.
So what you're really missing is yourself because everything is you, including me. Everyone in this room is you, right? Blessed is you. Amanda is you. Melanie is you. Ashley, I'm going to call them all out, right? They are all you and your version of reality and your perspective of reality. You are God experiencing itself. So everything outside of you, including the device that you're watching me on, is you. And I think that's where the disconnect is that you're not realizing that literally everything is you, right?
Right.
So
Right.
the illusion, the matrix, if you will, is that there's separation of anything. There's separation from reality. There's separation from your human self. There's separation from people in your reality. There's separation from love, right? Like love is hard to obtain. And what's interesting is I either get one or the other when I'm coaching personal clients that either people are thriving in a relationship and they struggle with money or they thrive with money and they struggle with the relationship. It's
Right.
interesting, right?
Yes. That is interesting. What's the
And
correlation there?
and some people struggle with both, but a lot of times if they're thriving in one area, they struggle with the other. And
Right.
that's because of conditioning with the illusion, right? So the illusion tells you money is hard to get. You have to work hard for money. Da 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 da. Right? What is the illusion with love, with relationships? Right? Love is hard to get. It's hard to find your soulmate. It's hard to find your forever person. Right? It's luck. Only
Right.
some people get that. Not everyone gets that, which is not true. You get it by giving it to yourself. So right now, you are really missing yourself. So you're missing who you really are.
Interesting. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So, but
So
I've been diving so deep into trying to like create this reality of my, being in this beautiful reality that I want to live in and be in and embrace. But
Did
I
you have to
wonder,
create the reality that you're experiencing right now?
yes and no.
Okay.
I mean, I know creation's already finished.
Mhm.
So I'm living in a reality, I guess, that I'm choosing to be in, right?
Correct. You selected it. So you selected by who you're being. But my point is before you even knew about manifestation, did you have to work hard and do all the things to get anything in your life?
Yes.
Okay. So explain. So,
Like
um,
working to survive, to pay the bills. Um,
that's not really what I'm referring to. What I'm
okay.
referring to is like, let's say something great happened for you, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like out of the blue, it was unexpected. Did you have to sit here and do affirmations for that? Did you have to
No,
sit here and do visualizations?
no.
Right. So my point is that you don't have to work hard at all. You just need to be. And see, that's where people get worked up is because they're trying to create, they're trying to select, they're trying. So you're being the identity that is trying.
Right.
You're being the identity that doesn't have because you don't have it within yourself. So therefore the mirror can't reflect it.
Hmm.
Right? So you need to really dig deep and ask yourself, where am I not showing up for myself? Where am I not loving myself? Right? Where am I not giving to myself what I want to experience from someone else?
Okay.
So if this person is abandoning you, ghosting you, where are you ghosting yourself?
Hmm. Okay.
What part of you deep down feels neglected? Right? And this is something even I work on. Okay. That's the human experience. It's the human persona that we are this vessel, but we're really not, right? That you are Jennifer, but really you're the I am,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
So you create Jennifer. You create Jennifer's identity, Jennifer's persona, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can change that at any time. When sometimes people have told me, gosh, trying to think of exact phrasing that you tell me to select identity, but I've always been the same identity. I'm like, really? Okay. So you are the same exact person with your children that you are with your coworkers. You're the same exact person with your lover that you are with your mom and dad. That's a little weird.
Yeah.
You're not. You
Right.
are not the same person with everyone. So therefore, you are already multiple identities in your reality.
Right.
It's kind of like in customer service, they joke about their customer service voice at work, right? And
Right.
then when they're not at work, they don't sound that way.
Trina. Yeah. Right. Even like being in a manager, it's like I have to put on my manager, seriousness.
Get the work done.
Right.
Why are the numbers this way? Yeah,
Put on my manager hat and all that when I go to work. Yeah.
right, right. But you're not that manager when you're with your kids. It's a different type of coaching because you coach your
Right.
kids, you coach your employees, right? So it's a different type of coaching, and it's the same thing of you wouldn't be that way with your partner, right? Because that wouldn't be healthy.
Right. So interesting. So there's like disconnect because I guess everyone is you pushed out. So I'm not receiving what I'm desiring because I'm not giving it to myself.
Exactly. So think about it. I give this example especially for the ladies, and I'm not sure who all is in the chat if we have any guys with us, but we do have guys on the Skool. But think of a lipstick, right? You're looking in the mirror. You want the lipstick on your face, Essentially, what you're doing when you're trying to create or trying to shift reality or trying to get your person or trying to get this or trying to get that is it's like, oh, I'm trying. Hold on, hold on. I'm trying to put the lipstick on my lips, but I'm sitting here putting it on the mirror. And then I'm wondering why the mirror is getting dirty and why the lipstick isn't on my lips.
Mm.
You see, so what you're trying to do is you're trying to change something outside of you when the change happens within. The
Okay.
change cannot happen outside until the change happens within. So
Right.
within is so without, so above is so below,
Yes. Okay.
right?
Now, and another quick question with this. So,
Mhm.
um, do you have to make your request known or just be? And like the universe already knows because I am. Like, I don't, do you know what I mean? Like, do I have to say, okay, this is what I desire? Like, speak it. And like, this is the reality I'm in. I'm, I am God. I am, you know, unforgettable. I'm radiant. I'm this. Do you have to like put that out there?
You just need to be it. You need to feel it.
You need to
So
feel it, right?
when you say when Neville says feeling is a secret, he's not talking about human emotions.
Oh,
I have a video about that where I talk about the feeling isn't the secret because most people misinterpret it, right? They think feelings are emotions. Like I need to feel joy, right? And for the thing in order to have the thing. No, you just need to feel like you already have it. Think about it.
okay.
Do you have to feel things like in a sense of human emotions? Do you have to affirm? Do you have to do visualizations? Do you have to do scripting, right? For you to have oxygen to breathe? No,
No, right. Okay.
but
So
you
you just got to
physically
know.
can't see the oxygen in front of your face, but you know it's there. So, yes, you have to know. It's
Okay.
identity and knowing. Those are the key factors. And the feeling is the knowing, right? Like you know for a fact that the sun will rise every morning. You don't have to do anything for that to happen. You know it. And it's a feeling, like it's a feeling of knowing. Just like if you came on here, like earlier, I said Jennifer's first. And then if I said, okay, Trina, it's your turn, you'd be like, wait, 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 I was first. Right?
Right.
Or if you got coaching with me and all of a sudden I'm calling you a different name, I'm calling you Megan, you'd be like, no, I'm Jennifer.
Right.
Because that's your knowing. Your knowing is that you are Jennifer,
Okay.
right?
That's very
You
helpful.
feel that. You feel that, right? You feel that you are Jennifer,
Right.
right? Kind of like you know that you live in Missouri. If someone told you no, you don't, you live in Arizona, you'd be like, really? There's no desert outside,
Yeah.
right? Where's the desert? Where's the scorpions? I don't see them. Okay. So that's what you've got to really embrace is that literally again, you are the I am. You are not Jennifer. It's okay to identify as Jennifer, but understand that that is your persona. That is your avatar, if you will,
Mm, that's a good
right?
one. Yeah.
That's your avatar and you decide what your avatar does. It's like real life Sims, right? Sims in real life. That's what it is. But I am going to go ahead and go with the next person. I'm trying to give
Okay.
everyone at least
Yes.
15 minutes
Absolutely.
so that way I can give everybody time because I do
Okay.
think that we had some people join us.
Thank you.
So,
You want
yes,
to
absolutely.
mute me now, Alchemistic?
You can as meet yourself as well. There we go. All right, perfect. So, for people that have joined, quick reminder is that everything is being recorded. If you go into Hot Seat Coaching, it is recorded and you are consenting for it to be posted publicly. So, had to have that little disclosure. But the next person, and if you joined, uh, text in the chat that you want Hot Seat Coaching if you would like, and I will add you to the list. We've got Jennifer, Ashley, Momita, Blessed, and Trina. So, next will be Ashley. Ashley, would you like me to unmute you or did you want to text in the chat? How would you like to be coached? Perfect. Whenever you are ready,
Hey, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, cool. I'm outside, so I've got some little birdies chirping around.
Oh, that's awesome. I love
Yeah.
I love nature noises. So I'm a huge sucker for like cricket noises and birds.
Oh, it's the
And
best.
when I lived in Arizona, we didn't really have cricket noises and not that often or like
Really?
the birds like here. Yeah, it's so different.
Yeah, I even got this app on my phone by Cornell University, and you can turn on the recorder and it will match bird noises in your environment to the pictures and the names. So I've gotten really into that lately. But anyways, thank you for hosting this call. I really appreciate it, and it's nice to talk with you today. So I have been manifesting, quote unquote, manifesting, choosing perfect health and to be
Okay.
completely pain free. That's been my number one numero uno, like so important thing for me. And it's been a journey. I will say I made a lot of mistakes with manifesting early on, trying very hard, putting my faith in the techniques instead of in my I am. And I am seeing some improvements. I am also, it's worth mentioning, I am in a mind body group, and they don't use the language that we do with I am, but essentially the core of it is the same. A lot of it involves just dropping into your body as awareness and not avoiding or pushing away the sensations that you're feeling throughout the day and just witnessing and allowing so you stop resisting it because I was in so much resistance for so long because of pain. I'm talking like super constrictive vascular and nerve pain from like head to toe. And before this, I had autoimmune issues at one point. I did intentionally manifest negative test results on that, and I don't have the same symptoms that I used to anymore, interestingly enough. But there has definitely still been this piece of identity, want to call it an energy thing within me that has been like, I have to struggle for health. What's easier for others is harder for me. And I can tell it's a consciousness thing. It's not just a physical thing, because, like I said, the issues that I struggled with a long time ago are no more. They're no more. And I even had like really bad OCD when I was a teenager. And one day I was just like, this is stupid. I'm tired of like fearing these thoughts. I don't believe them. Keep talking, say whatever you want, but I'm done. And they faded away. And I haven't had OCD since then. So I've seen like these little glimpses of evidence, but it seems like there has just, I don't know if it's because this has been so limiting or like painful, but my awareness has just been on the pain like 24/7 for like 3 years. And so like I said, I have made improvements. I feel like I'm doing the stuff, but sometimes it's hard and I just get, I fall back into like, oh my gosh, like when is this going to end? And the question I had though for you more so is like, how do I stop tying this to every other area of my life? Because I do have an SP. We had gotten back in contact. We were talking every day. Things were going great. And then he started doing the hot and cold thing. And I can see objectively that my insecurities that I'm like not good enough because of the health issues and that I'm not good enough maybe for him because of my complexion, whatever, it like reflects in him as in like he worries he's not good enough for me. And
Hmm.
he's got healing to do and he's got, stuff to work through. And so here we are. And my story that I'm trying to get out of is that we're both healing, but it just feels so tangled and messy. So I was hoping you could help me untangle things in my mind, and just
So
simplify it.
yes, the one thing I want to touch on, and this is a very simple shift, and I believe I sent you the video to this. on the Skool, but
Yeah.
um, stop calling your person SP. Okay. I know it sounds stupid. I know it sounds insignificant and silly, but psychologically, because of everything within the community, SP means I don't have.
Okay.
SP means I'm trying to get,
Mm-hmm.
right? This is the person I'm trying to obtain. I'm trying to force. I give it to me. Why isn't it here? Right? That again, the analogy with the mirror, you're not giving it to yourself. But change the way you speak about even him. Because
Okay.
the way you're speaking about him is you understand that he's the mirror, and that's great. But you're also speaking to him as if like it's something outside of you. It is you. Just like I'm you. I came into your awareness because you're ready for these type of messages. Period. That's even my knowing, right? Is that I come to people when they are ready for the messages that I give. I believe it was gosh, what is his name? He's so funny in the Skool. I know it starts with a Z, but we'll just call him Z. But he even said it. He's like when he first saw me, he was like, "Oh, she's a scam artist. I'm not going to pay attention to her." But then once he listened, it's like, "Oh, right?" Because I don't preach the stuff everybody else does. Everyone else is going to tell you, "Oh, just do 10,000 affirmations." If you're not getting the thing, you're not trying hard enough. You see how that's
Yeah.
contradicting, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you are God, if you are source, if you are the I am, why would you have to try to get something if you
Yeah.
already are it?
You wouldn't lift a finger. It just is.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
just is. And so, what it is the illusion, the human experience is that you have to experience the opposite to know what you actually want. This is a duality based reality for a reason. You designed it as God that way for a reason
Mm-hmm.
because you need to experience yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because the I am, during my death experience, I experienced this. I can't put human words to it. Okay. Of it just feels like pure love energy. That's what it feels like, right? And the love that humans understand love is not, that's not it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's separation, that's longing. That's
Yeah.
not love, right?
Yeah.
So with the SP, again, stop calling them SP. Call them, what they are to you. My lover, my person, is a lot better. Even just my person.
Yeah.
Think
My
about
person, my soulmate, like,
right,
yeah.
right. Think about that difference there. Now, I try to get people away from the twin flame label because of the whole back and forth with that too, right? People put that in their minds that this is part of the journey, right? No, it's not. It's just something that you created. It's the
Yeah.
story that you created for it, right? So, with your person, even my person is a much better thing, right? Some people have a hard time saying my husband. Totally understand it, right? Because they're not your husband yet. That's fine. My person, my boyfriend, my lover, my partner, whatever. That's you see how that's a little bit better
Yeah, for
than
sure.
SP, right?
Sure.
It's like everybody always references my number one success story on my channel, the one that has the most views is the guy that fixed his relationship with his boyfriend. When he first came to me, he did not say, I want to get SP back. He did not say, I want to get my ex back. That is not what he said to me. When we got on the call, he said, I want to fix the relationship with my boyfriend. You see how different that is.
Yeah, and you're saying the reason that shift is so important is because it's one of identity. It's like living in the space of this is my boyfriend or this is my husband or whatever.
Right. Right. So, and I have clients come to me that are married and maybe the relationship is just a little bit rocky. Maybe they're not acting the way that they did a couple of years ago, right? And so they want to shift back to how it was in the beginning, right? But they are not being the same identity that they were in the beginning either. So
Hmm.
that's where we have to look at ourselves. But I
Yeah.
do want to touch on the last few minutes, last 5 or 10 minutes here on your health issues because I think that that's more important
Yeah,
than SP, right? Like, okay, SP,
definitely.
great, yada yada, right? Let's get back to health. So the the thing with health, and I've experienced this too, is it is hard to ignore pain. I'm not telling you to ignore the pain. Anyone that tells you, oh, ignore 3D, you're not doing it right if you're focusing on 3D, just whatever. Okay. This is one selection of reality. So there's one selection of reality where you are experiencing this pain. There is also a version of you and a reality that exists that you're perfectly healthy. There's nothing wrong with you. You never have pain. I had chronic migraines for years, debilitating migraines, where I would be bedridden with like pillows all over my head and couldn't have any noise or light for years. I have not had a migraine in, gosh, 5, 6 years now
Yeah.
because I made the decision I no longer have migraines. They don't affect me. And if
Yeah.
you talk to any medical professional, migraines are not curable. They're not. People that
Yeah.
experience those experience them for life. I have not had a migraine in over 6 years. I've had slight headaches, and then I'm like, nope, this isn't my experience. This is someone else's experience. And then it shifts and
Yeah, I
it
feel
goes
like
away.
this whole experience has made my biggest desire to be a woman who is free and feels free in all ways and whose body thrives without intervention. I've spent thousands of dollars on acupuncturists and healers and all kinds of things, and they work minimally at best. Anyways,
Yeah,
because I guess they don't believe in them enough. I don't know. But
right.
that is
And
my biggest
they
desire.
they can work. Those things can work. Reiki can work. Acupuncture can work. Everything can work if you fully believe it. It's your faith that heals you, not the modality, not the medicine, not the procedure.
Yeah.
It is your faith. It's kind of like in the Bible where Jesus heals the woman that was hemorrhaging for years, right? And bleeding. She came up to him and touched his cloak, right? And she thanked him for healing her. And he said, my daughter, it wasn't me. It was your faith.
Right.
It was her faith that if she touched Jesus in any way, she would be healed,
Yeah. I
right?
think I'm someone who's lacked a degree of self-trust since I was a little kid, because of certain experiences. And so I understand a lot of this stuff intellectually, probably more than most people, but that like inner trust and faith has been lacking.
Right, right. So what you've got to realize is again, you are infinite. You are infinite, meaning there are infinite possibilities for you of your vessel, of your reality, of everything. You ever noticed, maybe this has happened to you, it's happened to me, how all of a sudden one day you'll wake up and like say a mole that you had or a birthmark that you had or something that you had on your physical body is no longer there, but you
Hmm.
had it for years. That's because you shifted realities. You shifted realities to where this vessel now doesn't have that one thing, right? That's a
Hmm.
Mandela effect with your body itself.
Yeah, I've been trying to manifest a different skin tone because my skin undertone changed colors because of a supplement I took. And today I just broke down crying and I admitted that I feel ugly and I don't like it. And this was after I thought I was improving the whole week before that it's getting better. Yeah, yeah, I have really light, bright, healthy skin. And then a girl at the gym stopped me and was like, "Can I ask you about your skin?" And then I fell for it. And I swear my skin looks like 3 shades different today. It looks darker. Like it looks worse.
Oh, it
So
worse. Okay.
yeah, because
So,
she put my attention back on like, oh, I still have this weird undertone. I still have this
right.
problem.
But she was wondering about your skin because she found you beautiful.
She tried to backtrack and was like, "You're authentic. Don't worry about it. Like, be you." And I was like, "Yeah, whatever."
See, that's your perception. No one
Okay.
goes up to anyone, like some stranger, and says, hey, can I ask you about your skin in a bad way? No one does that.
I mean, that was my perception. Yeah, it was rude. I was like, "Who are you? Like, what are you kidding me?"
She was
So,
asking about your skin because she found you beautiful and she was wondering what's your skincare routine.
okay. Well, I'll choose to believe that.
Or if you're darker, maybe she's wondering, is this a natural tan or did she go to a tanning salon? Did she get a spray tan? Right? Maybe that was
Yeah,
it.
maybe. I found there's a laser treatment that can fix it, but it's really expensive. So I'm just kind of trying the self-love thing and just being with it now. But it registered because of your example of like your appearance literally can change so quickly, like in
Very
ways you like
quickly.
or don't like. So,
Very quickly. Just 2 years ago, I had jowls. I had jowls. Okay. I am almost 40. I had jowls and I was considering what? A facelift, a little like lower facelift, right? Because they were bad. I also had a really bad double chin. Do you see that now?
no.
No, right? It was when I was overweight. Okay. But my point is even when I lost the weight, I still had a little bit. I still had jowls. I still had all this stuff. And then I basically saw myself differently, right? I'm like, no, what? No, I don't. And do I have the photos near me? I think I do. Okay. So what I did is I took photos of myself and I put them on FaceApp, right? If you're familiar with the app. And what I did is I made myself look the way that I want to look. So let's see. Can I show you? So I
Yeah.
changed like my hair was not this long. My hair was to here. You
Yeah.
see, I made my hair longer. I made it thicker. I made my face how I wanted it. Do I
Yeah,
not look like
you look
that
like the
now?
picture. Yeah, that's cool.
Right. And this is on FaceApp, right? Let me show you some other examples. Do, do, do. I'll show you the top part of my face.
Yeah, people have been like, "Why are you so obsessed with your skin?" And I'm like, "You don't
See what
understand.
I
It's like
mean?
your identity." Yeah. Yeah.
This is what I look like now. This was 2 to 3 years ago. I took photos and I did not look like this in those photos.
So
I
how
put it
did you
in,
ignore the mirror? Or you said don't ignore it, but
I didn't ignore the mirror, but what I did is I put these photos up on my wall and I was as well as like body photos. I talked about this in my
I've
physical
seen you talk
changes.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I put those up on the wall and I was like, oh wow, look at me the other week. Look at me right here. Look at me right there. When I would walk past a mirror, I would emphasize the things that I liked about myself. I wouldn't focus on the jowls,
Hmm.
right? I
So
would
you'd be like,
focus on, oh my God, my hair is growing so fast. Like right now, I just did my roots 4 weeks ago. This is fast growth for me. My hair is naturally blonde. It's just not this light, right? I
yeah.
need to redo them. And it's only been 4 weeks. It used to take 2 months to get this type of growth.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was one thing that started to change is my hair growth started to be faster. So I would look at that. I'm like, oh my God, my hair is growing so fast. It's getting so thick because my hair is fine. Right. And for a while, I lost a lot of hair. And so it looked even thinner. Right. Again, look at the photos on there. I thickened my hair in those photos and it looks like that now.
Yeah.
Right.
So whether it's health or appearance, whatever it is, it sounds like the key is I don't even want to use the word building, like building trust in your I am. But I mean, is it like that or is it just choosing and like
It's
being like,
focusing on what you want instead of what you don't want. So it's okay to acknowledge that this exists. There
hmm
is a reality that exists that you don't feel beautiful. There is a reality exists that you are in pain. That reality will always exist because that identity will always exist. You are choosing a different identity. You are choosing a different awareness. So what you're doing is you're putting your perspective on something else. So an example with this is look around whatever room you are in right now and look at everything that is blue. Count
hmm
them. How many things are blue? Focus on them. Do that for a few minutes and
hmm
then close your eyes and then tell me how many things in your room are red. You're not going to be able to tell me. Why? Because you were focused on blue.
hmm hmm
This is why people that focus on seeing 11, 11, 4, 4, 4, 2, 2, 2, all of that sort of stuff, they start seeing it everywhere
Yeah.
because their awareness is on it, right?
Guilty.
It's kind of like when you buy a new car. Let's say you bought a Honda Civic, right? And it's a unique color. Not everybody has it. All of a sudden, you'll start seeing it everywhere,
Oh yeah, totally. Totally.
right? Because now your awareness is on this Honda Civic that's maybe purple, right? And now everybody has a purple Honda Civic,
Yeah.
right? You start seeing it everywhere. It's kind of like my car. My car is a unique color for the brand, but now I see it everywhere.
So if you're still seeing elements of the old reality or feeling pain, you can just kind of be like, my reality's buffering, or I mean,
However you want to experience that. For me, with my migraines, I literally said every day I feel less and less pain. Every
Mhm.
day my migraines are shorter and shorter. And that was the result,
Yeah, I've been saying
right?
that because that's been easier than jumping to like, oh, I'm completely pain free. Like it feels
Exactly.
more easier for my mind to say, I don't know how, I don't know when, but I know I will be completely pain free. So,
Exactly. For some things like pain in particular, because that's a physical thing, like you can't really ignore pain, right?
no.
You can't just say, oh, it's not there. It is there. It is, but maybe it's less and less. Maybe it doesn't happen as often, right? Maybe you're getting healthier, right? You could literally take like a vitamin supplement and say that every time I take this vitamin supplement, it's helping me to heal and I am healed. And it
Mm-hmm.
will work because of your faith in it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? This is the placebo effect. This is why people heal from placebos.
Yeah.
It's because of their faith in the drug, right? It's because of the faith of whatever they're putting in their mouth. It's kind of like the same thing of, some people will say, "Oh, I can't have any carbs because when I eat carbs, I get fat." So therefore, when they eat carbs, they're going to get fat,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
right?
a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Exactly. Exactly. So with your case, I would say that every day I'm in less and less pain, right? Just feel that, know that. You don't even have to repeat affirmations if you don't want to, because most of the time I don't. I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do techniques, guys. And this is why I say this. If you need techniques, great, but they drive me insane. So that's why I don't do them personally. But I just know deep down it's a knowing that every day I'm in less and less pain. Every day, this, right? When I healed my cancer, this was before I knew about law of assumption, Neville Goddard, all of that sort of stuff, way, way before. The healing my migraines was when I first learned about law of assumption. Okay. I first was reading, I read a little bit about Neville Goddard, then I read Joseph Murphy. So what I did is then was for the migraines. Before that, when I was, gosh, this was over 20 years ago when I had cancer, I didn't know about law of assumption. I only knew the secret in law of attraction, right? But something inside of me said, do a meditation. So I would do a meditation and I would visualize, well, my version of visualizing, which is just feeling it, right? Because I can't visualize. I have aphantasia, but I would feel like the cells, the cancer cells, were dissolving and flushing out of my body. And then I would go take a bath and visualize the water cleansing it out. And I
Mm.
would drink a bunch of water and it's cleansing it out. And it was my faith in that. And I literally told the doctor when I was diagnosed, it's going to take one treatment. I still went to my treatment. I still went to a doctor, right? It took one treatment. I've been cancer free for over 20 years. And people tell me, oh, you're in remission. No, I'm not. I'm cured.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Amen.
Right?
Yeah.
That's now my identity. I'm the one that cured my cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, it's fact. It's hardened into fact, as Neville Goddard calls it.
Yeah.
Does that make more sense for the health?
It does. It does. Thank you. I think I just still struggle with a lot of heavy emotions about it that come up, but I think I just am going to keep making that okay. And that has no effect on whether I get
It
my
doesn't.
results or not. So,
It doesn't. If you watch the video where I fixed the relationship with my son, I was literally in the fetal position crying every day. It did not matter. Okay. You can watch that one. I used basically like a list method, like I listed out all my negative thoughts. It's my alchemizing thoughts technique. And then I listed out contradictions to that and I got rid of the negative thoughts paper. This was just for me to help to get rid of that identity.
mhm.
Another thing that you can do is my 2-letter method. So there's a video on my channel for that. Basically, you're going to write a thank you letter to your old self, the self that you no longer wish to be, we are going to send them off with love, with gratitude, because they got you here. Again, without this experience, you wouldn't know what you want. If you didn't experience pain, you would not know the opposite. You would not know what it feels like to not be pain-free. Sorry, to be pain-free, right?
I think
You
I
don't know.
would, but the appreciation wouldn't be the same, nearly the
Exactly.
same. The amount of
Exactly.
joy. Yeah.
So you don't know what light is without darkness.
Yeah.
You would not know what it is. You don't know what hot is without cold, period. Again, duality-based reality, right? So part of you as God's source, universe, wanted to experience this through you. So
Mhm.
that way you could know what you want and what identity you want to be, to know yourself as God, to come back to knowing yourself as God of your reality.
Okay. I'm going to be the Phoenix.
There
Radiant.
you go. There you
Yeah.
go. But yeah, watch the 2-letter method video. It's on my channel. I can link it in the Skool too. I probably should do that. I probably should have like a techniques, I guess, thing. I don't really consider what I do techniques. It's just stuff that I do. But I
Yeah.
can do that. Um, but yeah, I would do that. And you're going to write a gratitude letter to the old self, and you're going to write a love letter. We're going to romanticize the new self. You see
Okay.
the difference? Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it. Thank you.
Perfect. So I am going to go ahead, and whenever you're ready, we are going to move on here. Um, Go ahead, and I wanted to give Ashley just a little bit more time because I know pain is very hard to deal with, guys. So again, patience, okay? If I'm giving somebody more time, there's a reason, because pain is one of the hardest things to manifest away from, okay? Whether that's emotional or physical. Grief is another one that's a little bit more difficult. So, and that's actually my assumption. So if you don't partake in that, ignore me. See, you can even ignore the teacher, okay? So next we have Momita. Momita, are you still with us? And would you like me to unmute you? Or do you want to text in the chat? Perfect.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, I can. And am I saying your name correctly?
Yes, you're saying my name correctly. So first of all, I'm so excited to be in the call right now. Like it's literally 2:30 a.m. right here. I'm not sleeping. I'm like I had
I
dinner and then
I have been
stayed up.
so excited all week of a lot of things like my launches and stuff that I have been up until 4, 6 a.m. my time. And then I don't get up until like 11. So I've mainly been getting like 6 hours of sleep every night.
I also I'm really grateful that you're hosting this call. So excited. I'm not
Perfect.
gonna take I'm not gonna take too much time because other people are here to talk about stuff too. So I'm right jump. Uh, what I want to say is, my boyfriend. I want to the dynamic between me and my boyfriend is messy now. Okay. Uh, so previously we have been together for now 5 years and the first 3.5 years were very good. He was not interested in committed relationship, which he told me previously, which I agreed at that time also. But then the first 3.5 years was very good. But right now, suddenly I can feel it that uh, he is kind of behaving hot and cold with me, not that much attached with me. And I absolutely know, like I am aware of this fact, and this whole messy scenario is happening because of my like belief system. What I used to believe that, oh my god, even from the very first day that we got together, he's gonna abandon me. He's gonna abandon me. So I know that all of these things that are happening right now is somehow I made it possible. But the question to you is, how do I um, uh, like get out of this messy situation and fix our dynamics maybe better than before? And obviously right now I am also want to be committed in a relationship with him and get him committed to me, and then I am also manifesting a marriage.
Perfect. So first, you're saying that he's hot and he's cold, right? It's like
Yeah,
the song from Katy Perry. He's hot, then he's cold. He's yes and he's no. He's in and he's out, right? That's because you were being
yeah,
hot and cold with yourself, right?
okay.
Where are you being hot and cold with yourself? Think about it. So where are you
Mm,
going in and out of the identity that has the desire that you want?
I think this whole situation, when I got to know, when I'm aware, like whole this messy situation is like somehow is created by me, that time I think I am kind of hard on myself. Like, oh, it's your limiting beliefs that created you, that created this, and now you have to get through this. I mean, this is the kind of belief system I have right now. I know that these are not healthy. I want to get rid of them, but yeah, I'm just kind of stuck.
And see, you're identifying as the one that is stuck. Because here's the thing,
Yes,
you said that you've been together for 5 years, 2.5 years of it
yeah,
was great, right?
it was
Where
great.
inside of you, right? Where inside of you did that switch happen after 2.5 years? Maybe there was something deep inside of you that said, oh no, this isn't for me. I'm not good enough for this. So it's going to change, right? People change, people lose
Right.
their interest, people lose love, right? There was some type of assumption or belief within inside of you that shifted it after two and a
Yes.
half years.
Yes, yes, exactly. The way you said it exactly happened. After like after 3.5 years, I'm like, okay. I mean, like now this is the time. Now he's gonna abandon me. How? Like it's not gonna stay much more. I had this belief in me, which ultimately, you know, manifested in my 3D.
Right, right. Like, I know different cultures are different, but here in the US, a lot of people have this assumption that after a couple of years, uh, the guy will or the woman will start losing interest because it's no longer new, right? They need something else. They need something new, right? Or they need someone younger, or they need someone prettier, or they need someone more fit. They need someone this, they need someone that, right? And
Right.
that type of mindset is what created the shift in your dynamic. Because if you knew yourself as God and know that He only exists because you're aware of Him, I only exist in
Yeah.
your awareness because you're aware of me, right? If if
Right.
you weren't aware of me, if you didn't know who I was, I wouldn't exist in your reality. That's just how it is, right? So I only exist. Everyone in this room only exists because you're aware of us. He only exists because you're aware of him. So why wouldn't he want to be with a person that makes him exist?
True. True.
Right?
And
So
actually, one more. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry for
you're
interrupting.
perfectly fine. So the shift here is stop identifying as the person that he's hot and cold with. Stop identifying with the person that things change and people fall out of love after a couple of years. That's not true. That's not true, right? It's because of
I
your
actually
awareness.
want to. Yes. After watching all of your videos, I want to like. I'm practicing these things like that. Like that is what I am believing right now. Like, okay, it's gonna end. I'm fearing that. I am trying to stop myself from believing that. But what I am unable to do is whenever the 3D things are not 3D things are showing that, okay, this is the reality. He's being hot and cold. He's not responding to your text, this and that. I want to believe that this is the time and space where that is the old me. But uh, whenever I'm doing meditation or I am choosing my new reality with my new self concept, when previous 3D moments, good moments come upon, I feel very sad. Then I think about the lack, like I don't have that moment with it right now.
Got it. So here's the thing is, again, everything exists now, right?
Mm.
So when you're saying the past, that's now. When you're saying the future, that's now. Everything is
Okay.
now. Okay. Everything is happening now.
Mm.
All realities exist right now. So there is already a reality where you're already married to this person because you've been together for 5 years, right?
Right. I'm just smiling. I'm just smiling hearing it from you. Yeah. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That already exists. The issue is that you are so fixated on, oh, this happened the last few years. Who says it did? Because I didn't know it did until you said it,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
right?
It's
So
interesting.
who said? No one said that except for you, right? You could easily decide if you want to do revision. You could easily decide that the last 3 years, he's fallen deeply in love with you. So much in love with you that he has put you up on a pedestal and he is worried about
Yeah.
losing you. Therefore, he is pulling back because he's worried about getting hurt. He is worried about you losing you. He's worried about you finding someone better than him because he knows he doesn't equal up to what you deserve.
Oh my God.
You see how you flip it,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Men pull back
Yes.
when they are insecure. This is, if we have any males in the chat, they can back me up on this. But males pull back when they're insecure. 100%. They are not like women. Okay, women, when they are insecure, they overgive.
Yeah. Over attached
Men pull
themselves with
back,
other. Okay.
right? When men are secure, when men are secure in themselves, they overgive. When women are secure in themselves, they don't. They pull back. You see?
Correct. Correct.
It's that black cat energy, right? The femme fatale, the gosh, there's so many words for it, right?
I guess
The
I have
women,
never thought about it this way, but yeah, correct.
the women that get the best treatment give the least.
Yes, I've seen it with my other friends. Yes, and I've always wondered, like,
It's not their
I'm not
looks.
gonna say,
It's not
yeah.
it's not their looks. It's not that they have the best body. It's not that they have the best personality. It's not that they're the most intelligent. It's not that they have the best career. Whatever it is that you think gets you that. It's not that they're baking their man cookies every week. It's not
Absolutely.
it's
Absolutely.
it's not that they are down on their knees like, "Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you." Right? They're not doing that.
But
They are not
believe me,
doing
they
that.
have the best men. They have the best men who's like,
Exactly. Because when a woman is standing in her power and her divine feminine, if you want to call it that, her security, she doesn't overgive. She still gives. I didn't say that she doesn't, right? Because
okay.
you're still going to give to the people that you love, but you give
Mhm.
the overflow. You're giving so much to yourself and you're so engrossed in yourself, right? That your cup is
Mhm.
overfilling and you're giving them the overflow.
Okay.
You're not giving from an empty cup because right now it sounds like you're giving from an empty cup. It sounds like you are depleting yourself, like, please, please love me. please,
Hmm.
here's more. This is the reason why you should love me. This is the reason why you should love me, right? Think about
Right,
that for
right,
just a moment.
exactly.
Someone that is very wealthy, like let's use Jeff Bezos as an example, because I recently did a
Yeah,
video on
sure,
him,
sure.
right? He is the second richest man in the world. Do you think he goes around telling people, oh, by the way, I'm a billionaire? I'm a billionaire. I'm rich, right?
No,
No,
definitely not. Definitely not.
he just is. He doesn't go up to the women that he pursues and be like, oh, I'm rich, so you should love me because I'm rich. Here's $1 billion. No,
Hmm.
right? He doesn't do that. He doesn't need to do that because he has his value. Now, using Jeff Bezos as an example, right? His wife is 55 years old and was a single mother, now married to the second richest man in the world. This man could have married
Wow.
a young woman that's a virgin in her
Anyone, honestly, anyone.
anyone would have loved the opportunity. But who did he choose? He chose the 55-year-old woman that is a single mother. Same with Caitlyn Jenner when she was Bruce Jenner, right?
Hmm.
Chose a single mother with kids as his wife. When we're talking about Kris Jenner, right?
Right.
And he took care of those girls like they were his own daughters
Yeah,
and
like his own.
overgave.
Yeah, like his own.
Right.
Absolutely.
And he overgave to them. Why? Because he loved Kris. Why did he love Kris? Because Kris loved herself, right? Kris loved herself. And because Kris loved herself, she was giving Bruce the overflow. Men
Agree.
want to earn your love, not you just give it to them. So if you're sitting there texting like, when are we going to go on a date? When are we going to hang out? Why don't you talk to me like you used to anymore?
I did this
Not the
a couple
same.
months ago. I am guilty of it. I did this a couple months ago. I'm guilty of it.
I've lived it, so I know. Okay. So when you do that, it has the opposite effect on men. If you were standing in your power and so engrossed with yourself, right? He would be asking you, hey, I know you're busy, but are you free on Friday at 7?
Okay.
Right? Or he would be texting you, hey, I miss you. We don't talk the way we used to. And you would eat it up because you're a feminine. You are a woman, right?
Hmm.
Women love that. Men don't.
Yeah,
You could say
get it.
you could say you miss them, yes. But if you're the one saying it first, that's the issue. There's a saying in Western society that says, get with the man that loves you more than you love him. I don't
Hmm.
really like that phrasing. What it should be is you need to love yourself more than you love him. Because I'm going to tell you right now, a man that doesn't love you yet, or that doesn't realize that they love you or anything like that, is always going to choose themselves. They're going to choose themselves first. They do exactly what I'm telling you to do. They choose themselves first, you come second.
And that is exactly why I am overflowing, overgiving to them.
Right. Right. So
So,
so you just flip that again. You are
hmm,
the prize. You are the prize. You are literally a portal for life to come into this world,
exactly.
right?
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
Your womb is the portal for life to come into this world. Why wouldn't he worship you? The whole, what do you bring to the table? I create life.
Mhm.
I create life, right? And
Yeah.
men in Western society, again, I know everybody's thing is different, but men in Western society will say, well, you can't have life without sperm. No, actually, absolutely. However, sperm is plentiful, right? One
Mm-hmm.
donation from a male is cheap because they don't get paid that much for a donation because there's literally billions within that one donation, right? Billions
Absolutely.
of
Yeah.
sperm cells.
That's science. Yeah.
So women, we only produce one egg per month
Absolutely.
for a limited time. What is more valuable, right? A diamond or just a regular pebble that you can find at the beach?
A diamond.
Why? Because of the rarity,
Yeah.
right? A woman can only produce one egg per month. One egg, buying an egg from a donor is thousands of dollars. I believe it's like $20,000 to $50,000 for one egg because of what she has to go through for them to retrieve it. Right? And it requires surgery. To go to
To remove it.
IVF,
Yeah. Mm.
they have to do surgery to retrieve the egg. So it's harder to get, harder to obtain, therefore more valuable. Right? Nobody is
Mm.
going in Neiman Marcus and saying, oh, this is too expensive. You need to lower your prices. Right? No one's going into that store saying that. They are willingly spending $1,000 on a shirt. Okay. If they wanted a $15 shirt, they would go to Walmart. How many Walmarts are there? Millions.
Too many. Yeah.
How many Neiman Marcuses are there? Probably a couple hundred. I don't even know. A few hundred, right?
Mm. I get it. I get it.
Did it click now? Perfect.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So let's go ahead and move on here. And I wanted to go through that because a lot of you in here are for SPs. And a lot of you in here are ladies. And so I know what I just said to Momita will resonate with you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. It just
Now, this does not
something related.
this does not discredit men because I do coach men on getting SPs as well. Okay?
Yeah.
But it's just it's a completely different thing when I'm coaching a man versus a woman. So,
Thanks a lot.
let's
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
absolutely.
Thank you so much.
So, next is
I'm muting
Blessed.
myself. Yeah.
Is Blessed still here? You still here, girl? All ladies on today. Yeah, but I'm also going to be reposting this. And like I said, I don't discredit men because I do coach men as well. Men absolutely deserve love as well. It's just a different experience for them. And understand that there's a reality where you're a male too, even if you're a woman. That reality exists. This is why I like people that are trans. There's a reality exists that they are already the gender that they want. So with men, it's just a different thing. Men sometimes they get it into their own insecurities and they pull back too much. That's usually the case. That's usually the case that happens. When they get in their insecurities, is exactly what I just said. They pull back too much. And then I tell them, I'm like, why are you pulling back so much? Right? Who are you being? Are you being the pursuer? Or are you letting her know that she is valuable in that way? Right? So it's a little bit different. Lester, are you still here? If not, we can go ahead and go to Trina. if Blessed is not here. I see her in the chat. Sorry, I see her in the list, but I don't see her in the chat. And sorry, guys, when I'm coaching live, I am not paying attention to the chat. You guys have been talking, and I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, she might have. It looks like she left, so maybe she's having technical difficulties. Perfect. So, yeah, it could be. I mean, everybody's in different parts of the world, so it's different times. Trina, did you want to go ahead and go, sweetheart? Do you want to be unmuted, Trina, or do you want to text in the chat? Chat. Perfect. Okay. I am ready when you are. Trina, okay, I have been having issues with ruminating on the past, toxic people. Okay. Right now, I live in a rooming house, and okay, so I'm assuming your rooming house is you have roommates. Great. The person in the next door to me is a hermit and never leaves. Okay. I mean, that's a good thing, right? They're a hermit, they never leave. I don't know. So I can't talk on the phone. Why wouldn't you be able to talk on a phone just because they're there? I wouldn't care. You feel stuck. Okay. So I don't understand why them being there that you can't talk on the phone. Like if you're in a roommate situation, like they can't expect you to not live your life. She's nosy. Who cares? Who cares what she thinks? Who cares? Is she paying your share of the rent? Is she paying your share of the rent? Is she paying your share of the bills? Is she buying your food? Like, her opinion doesn't matter. Why does it matter? She's just you anyway. Everyone is you. Everything is you. So why does her opinion matter so much? Right? Why does her opinion matter? It doesn't. It doesn't. You are literally the center of reality. She only exists because you are aware of her existence. She is only a hermit because you are aware of that. She is only nosy because you are aware of that. You could flip this in so many different ways. I am subconscious of her. No, you are just aware of her. There is no separation from subconscious and consciousness. I know a lot of people say that and they're like, "Oh, I need to train my subconscious. I need to reprogram my subconscious." No, your subconscious is you. Everything is you. You are all that is. Yeah, you are conscious of her. Correct. You are aware of her. So change your awareness. Maybe she's got a partner now and she goes and spends time at their place, right? She's got somebody that's her boo thing now. She's going to their place, right? She's met her person. Um, you could you could assume that she's too busy with herself that she's not worried about you. She's not nosy. She's not worried about you. Or even if she is nosy, who cares? You want to know something? People that are nosy and in your business are envious of you. They want to be you. That's why they're nosy. They want to be you. You see how you can flip this in any way possible. You're the one making this a quote unquote block or barrier, or that you feel stuck. You're not stuck. You just need to change your awareness, change your perception. Ashley, my ex used to always be worried people were listening to his phone conversations. I was like, no one cares, but that's what he believes. So it was his reality. Exactly. Trina, I can't even eat in my room or go to the bathroom without her noticing. That's because she is obsessed with you. She's obsessed with you. She might love you. She might. She might love you. She might because like she's a hermit. You could even flip this. Like she's a hermit because she is obsessed with you. She is in love with you. That's why she stays home because she's obsessed with you. Either she's in love with you and wants to be with you, or she wants to be you. So that's why she's obsessed with what you eat because she's like, oh, I want a body like hers. I want a body like hers. What does she eat? What's her diet like? What's her routine? She's told me this when I moved in. She told me that she was obsessed with you. Did I hit the nail on the head? Oh, she's a hermit. Yeah. But maybe she said that because the moment she saw you, she was like, either I want to be her or I'm in love with her. So she had to make an excuse of why she's always going to be there and be in your business. Trina, I asked her, was she bisexual because she kept telling me, what'd she keep telling you? Exactly. Trina is a freaking goddess. She kept telling me that I didn't need to lose weight. Exactly. Exactly. She is envious of you. She thinks you are so attractive. She thinks that your body is perfect. She thinks you are a living goddess herself, right? And so she's telling you these things because she cares about you. Either she wants to be with you or she wants to be you, like I said. So you need to flip this around. She just wants to be you. She's asking you these things because she's envious of you or she wants to be you. Like she idolizes you. She adores you. This is proving that you are God in existence because she wants to be you. I don't know her like that and I ignore her. She got me a lease violation. How did she get you a lease violation? Yeah, whatever your ideal outcome is, like she stops being a hermit, right? And she is not home as much, then see her with somebody else. See her with her ideal partner. See her so in love and obsessed with this other person that she's never home. She's always with them. If you could literally change it into anything. Trina, I don't like her. She doesn't like me. She stopped talking to me. My dream is to get out of there. Okay. So see yourself in the ideal living situation that you would like to be in. So maybe your own apartment, maybe your own house, whatever it is. See yourself living and thriving and living where you want to live. Yeah, see what Ashley said. Oh my God, my roommate is never home anymore. Yeah. Trina, see yourself thriving and living where you want to live. If that's your ideal situation. If that is your ideal situation, see yourself in that situation now. You are already in Barbados. Trina, I tried to get non-phone jobs, bust. Okay, so here's the thing. I recently coached a client on a job situation, and it wasn't the job that she wanted. Her ideal outcome was living in a country that she wanted to live in. She was wanting a job there or like a remote type situation so that she could live in the country of her choice. And I said, so it's not the job, it's you living in that country. So see yourself living in that country no matter what that means. Because here's the thing, Trina, you don't really need the job. You just want to live in another place, right? So see yourself living in that place, however that comes about, because the how and the when is not up to you. So if you say won the lottery tomorrow, right, and now you're a millionaire, would you care about a job? No. You would go and get whatever place you wanted to live in. Let's say hypothetically someone that you've bumped into or know from your past showed back up and said, "Hey, I just got this place. I want you to check it out." And they offer you to live there and it's a better situation for you. See, you don't know. You don't know how it would come about. You don't. Or let's say you run into someone while you're out and they offer you a job and that puts you in the position to get whatever it is. See, don't focus on the job, focus on the outcome. The outcome is you want to live in a different place. That's fine. Envision yourself in that place now. Don't worry about the how and when. Or, excuse me. Worrying about the how and when is like clicking purchase on Amazon, and then you're automatically, after you click the purchase button, right? The payment went through, and it tells you it's going to be, it's on its way. All of a sudden, you're out on your doorstep, or you're looking out your window, and you're saying, "Why isn't it here yet?" Right? That's what you're doing. And that's dictating the when. Dictating the how is like the delivery driver puts it on the left side of your door and you're like, "Why didn't they put it on the right side of my door?" Why do you care? You got the thing anyway. How the thing comes about and when it comes about doesn't matter. Trina, I have issues with ruminating on toxic people. AI has helped a lot, but I still think about them. I feel like a mess. I do think about the new house. I want to move into it before the new year. See, but you're identifying as the person that feels like a mess. You're identifying as the person that is ruminating on toxic people. You're identifying with the person that is longing and trying, right, for this new place. You are already in the new place. The how and when isn't up to you. And Blessed, I called you a few different times, honey. I think she left. Blessed keeps going in and out. She's hot and cold. We get Momita, your person's rubbing off on Blessed. Blessed, if you can hear me, I called you earlier, but you weren't here. So I went on to Trina, but after Trina, you will be next. Trina, does that make sense? You've got to stop identifying with the person that has toxic people in their life and feeling like a mess. That's really it. That's really it. It's that simple. See, manifestation is simple, but it is not easy. It's not easy to like, boop, and all of a sudden you're this new person, right? But see the toxic people as different. That's another way that you can kind of go about that, right? So example here, I talked about this in the video about my son, but my ex was diagnosed with narcissism, okay, by a therapist, a psychologist, right? He was diagnosed with NPD. So this is not me saying it without a diagnosis, okay? But I saw him differently. I saw that the reason why he was this way is because of his father, which is true. His father was a POS, okay? And because of that, he doesn't know how to process his own feelings. But that was not for me to fix. So I left and I wished him well. And I wished that he would continue therapy and get better and find peace. And last time I heard from him was a couple of years ago. And this is someone that I haven't been with in 6, 7 years. Okay. I wished him well. And the last time I heard from him was a couple of years ago. He called me out of the blue And guess what? He told me, I'm sorry I treated you the way that I did. A narcissistic person doesn't do that. And I asked him, I was like, have you continued therapy? And he's like, yeah, I have. So you see, it was because of the way that I was seeing him that he continued. Okay. And I felt happy that he called me. But I told him, I was like, I moved across the country. Like I've moved on. But I'm so glad that you did that. Right. So you need to see these toxic people as different. The bully bullies someone because they're bullied. Okay. The toxic person is toxic because they've experienced pain and trauma. Trina, it makes sense, just like I didn't accept being sick last night. Exactly. 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 All right. They are out of my life, but I still think about the trauma. Stop thinking about it. It didn't happen. That's another reality that is no longer your experience. You can thank it for the experience, right? Thank it for making you strong and resilient. A diamond is made under pressure. Okay? A diamond is made under pressure. Just like boiling water will soften a potato, but harden an egg. It's your choice what you do with it. You can either be a victim or you can be a victor. Choice is yours. Okay. And I'm saying this as someone that when I went to therapy, listed off every type of trauma a person can go through. I check every box. This is why I can coach the way I do. And yeah, I could revise that, but I don't because this makes me a better coach. But yeah, exactly. Identify as the person that is whole and healed, complete. She is resilient. She is the phoenix that came out of hell's fire. Okay. But blessed. Yes, you are victorious. Blessed, are you still here? I called you earlier, honey. Called you quite a bit before I moved on. She is here. Dun, 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 dun. She is here. Blessed. Are you ready to be coached, honey? Do you want me to unmute you or do you want to text in the chat? And guys, while we're waiting on Blessed, I'm silly. Like, this is how I am in coaching. A lot of times I sing, I do crazy stuff. Like, people that have like audio messages for me say sometimes they replay them just because they want to laugh. That's how I coach. So, because this is supposed to be fun. This is not supposed to be some, well, you need to do 10K affirmations. If you don't have the thing, you're not working hard enough. None of that. Perfect. Here we go. So, Blessed, you wanted to text in the chat, not me unmute you, correct? Perfect. My area is related to walking straight and not leap anymore, which is already down. Fixing the relationship with my boyfriend, I know is done too. Manifesting a free card, done too. Putting myself on the pedestal. You've always been on the pedestal. You are reality itself. You are God in human form. You are the I am. No one is above you. No one. Because they are you. Did you have a particular question in regards to your desire? No, not at all. Okay. So are you here because you wanted to see my beautiful face? Are you here because you wanted my energy? Are you here so I could just say you are God? You are amazing. and you already walk straight and you are up on that pedestal. Is that why you're here? You're here for the hype. I'm fine with that. I can be a hype person. You want motivation. So like I said earlier, are you a victor or are you a victim? I'm assuming you're a victor. I am just assuming. Exactly. You're not a victim. You're a victor. You're victorious. Exactly. I said earlier, like when you were on cam, you looked like that GIF that I posted. I think it was either to you or Trina. Um where I put in goddess in the GIF like thing on Skool. You look like that. And I just clicked on the one that looked beautiful. Yeah. I was like, she looks like the goddess that I chose. Exactly, you are a goddess. Why are you questioning it? Why are you saying you're not? So should I just know the desires are mine or should I affirm? You don't need to affirm for anything. Think about it. Before you knew about affirmations, before you knew about manifestation, did you have to do anything to get anything in your reality? No. Did you need to do affirmations, visualizations, scripting, all of this sort of stuff to get anything that you liked in your reality? No. Sometimes you just know. All right? Like oh, that person is smiling at me. They must think I'm beautiful. And then all of a sudden they come up to you and call you beautiful. Right? You just know. You just know who you are. Who do you say you are? For who do you say I am? For who do you say I am? Jesus asked his disciples. You are powerful. That's why when you made your grand entrance back, we were like, "Oh, there she is. She's here. She has arrived." Right? Momita, it's so much fun to talk with you. I appreciate that. I always say I'm a goofy goober, but it works for people. So this is why I don't change how I am, right? I've I've talked to some other coaches and they literally say that they changed how they are when they coach. And I'm like, why? Why are you a different personality when you coach? Like, this is how I am in real life. I'm silly as hell. I randomly sing. I make jokes. I give zero fucks about what anyone thinks, right? If they start judging me, I'm like, why are you judging yourself? Because if they're judging you, they're judging themselves, right? Or, you know, people say, oh, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? I'm like, oh, hold on, hold on, hold on. I can't find it. I don't know where the is to give. I lost it. I lost the fuck. Okay, like it's gone. The gone. There is no fuck to give. Okay, that's how you need to be. Be your authentic self. I'm literally my authentic self. This is how I am in coaching. People that have gotten coaching with me know. This is literally it. All the time. This is me 24/7. Trina, I thought the cat was by you. No. He's out in the living room. He might even be in my son's room. My son's home actually. This is his day off. So he might be hanging out with him. Momita, this is the late night party vibe I deserve in bed with the lovely people. Absolutely. So I think I'll be on here like another like 15 minutes or so, guys. So let's have a discussion. Unless someone else wanted a turn that hasn't gone for coaching. Is there anyone else that has not had hot seat coaching that would like it? Trina, can you please talk about embodiment? What specifically? Because embodiment is just being. Melanie, me, I was driving before, so I couldn't chat. So you would like hot seat coaching. Perfect. So Melanie, would you like me to unmute you or do you want to text in the chat? What would you prefer? Perfect. Let me find you here. Ready when you are.
Okay, can everyone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, awesome. Hi. Yeah, no, before I was kind of like when I was listening to everyone, I was saying to myself, oh damn, I can't put it in the chat just to like basically go. So I was like, oh, I'll just hear everybody else talk and ask their questions and stuff like that. And what's kind of crazy is that actually I shouldn't say it's kind of crazy because majority of the time, like everyone's just been answering my questions. So I mean, one of the main things is about fixing the relationship with my person, but hearing everyone else's situations, it kind of just seemed a little bit similar to mine. So I was like, oh, this actually is pretty awesome. I think one of the things I really was struggling a little bit before was when we are basically thinking about all this and versus like changing and selecting. And one of the things I was always kind of really struggling with is like, am I changing like them as I'm embodying them right now, or am I selecting them? Because majority of the time, I feel like I'm going back and forth with all that.
And that's normal.
Hmm.
Think about it. Anything that you do, any skill that you develop, right? You're not
Yeah,
good at it first. If you talk to somebody that plays a musical instrument, for example, let's say they play a clarinet. Do you think they just pick up the clarinet and they're an amazing player? No. It takes
yeah,
time, right? It takes
yeah,
time. It takes practice. So of course you're going to hit the wrong notes. Of course it's going to, squeak. It's going to do some weird noises. You're not going to hit the note at the right tempo. So many different things, right? So
yeah,
same thing with this. You can't really get down on yourself if the old self, so to speak, the old reality is still showing back up because it takes practice, right? And it's like the
yeah,
two wolves, right? You've got the quote unquote good wolf over here and the quote unquote bad wolf over here. There is no good or bad. It's just that's the story, right? They're
yeah,
both they're both just identities. They both just are, right? One is not good or bad. They just are. So if you've been let's say the old wolf for however long, let's say 10 years, 20 years, whatever it is, you can't expect to go from that to good wolf 24/7 like that,
yeah,
right? The old wolf, because you're starving it of attention, is going to growl. It's going to bark sometimes, right? It's going to get
yeah,
loud. It's going to show its teeth. But the more you feed the good wolf your attention, because that's what you're doing, you're feeding it attention, it'll start fighting the old wolf for you. So the old wolf says, I'm not good enough. The new wolf says, please, I'm a god, right? And counteracts those thoughts.
yeah.
But it takes practice, it's over time. So I believe I'm also answering Trina's question with embodiment.
I mean, it does make sense when it comes to that. I guess what I've always like wavered or got confused with was like, am I actually at the times, of course, you were like already explained this to me, but it was always I'm trying to figure out like, was I doing this an entire time, like when it came to techniques or embodiment and all of that? Like, was I changing the person, or am I just like, was I completely selecting the new reality with them being in it? I think one of the videos you basically explained, I think it was a couple days ago.
Are you talking about the video that's on my members channel on YouTube? Because I haven't
Yes,
posted
you
that on
post.
Skool yet.
I think you did post it. I thought you did post that on Skool.
I posted the one about not even involving a romantic partner. So I'm trying to train you to obsess with yourself
Yeah,
even more than someone else, right? You need to obsess with yourself. They cannot obsess with you if you are not obsessed with yourself. They will not choose you if you're not choosing yourself. They will not prioritize you if you're not prioritizing yourself. It's a mirror,
yeah.
right? So if you're in the mirror and you want to raise your right hand, but instead you're raising the left hand, are you going to get mad because, oh, the left hand is up? No, you're just going to put it down and put up this one, right?
Yeah.
So right now you're getting mad at the mirror that your left hand is up and not your right one, right? If you're not focusing on you, if you're focusing on them and like, why aren't you conforming? Why aren't you changing? Because you haven't changed. Your identity hasn't shifted. You can't get mad at the mirror. You've got to focus on yourself, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've seen it plenty of times beforehand. And I think that's
Mhm.
why you are absolutely right when it comes to like just don't be so hard on yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's kind of like we're here for the experience. We're not here to basically
Right.
have everything done all at once, because then what else would there be there?
What's the fun in that? It's like playing a video
Yeah.
game that has no challenges. What's the point in a video game? Because you level up, because you get prizes, because you get special skins or whatever it is, or items, right? Because this final boss was so hard, it took you 10 times to beat it. If you beat it in the first try and within a minute, you'd be like, this game sucks.
Oh,
You
yeah.
wouldn't play the
And that's
game
a great,
anymore.
yeah, that's a great analogy because that's I love games. So that's a great analogy, actually.
I use different analogies for, and it's interesting because I'm not a gamer, but I understand games,
Yeah.
right? I don't play a clarinet. I don't play a musical instrument. The musical instrument is my mouthpiece. Okay. That's my musical instrument. So I use these examples because I understand them. It's not that I do them, right? But it's just to convey it to different perspectives and different people,
Yeah.
right? So the other thing with a game analogy is think of your reality as a video game. Okay. I understand developing a video game. I understand programming video games. So I'm very techie. And when you are going through a video game, let's say it's an RPG game, right? And you are in the middle of the forest. The forest is what is rendered, right? You are no longer in the city. The city is no longer rendered, right? This saves on CPU. I hope you're keeping up with me here. But when you go to the city, now the forest doesn't exist anymore. That's reality shifting because your perspective is now on the city and not the forest. So the whole
Oh,
thing of if a tree falls in the woods and no one's there to hear it, does it make a sound? No, it doesn't because no one is aware of it. Perception, awareness. Once you go to the forest and there's a tree fallen, that's because that was meant to be there. That was meant to be in your awareness. Starting to make sense now.
oh yeah, definitely is. I guess it's also because of the fact of like when I've always, and I have to admit this, like I've learned like manifestation like quite some time, and there's always like still some things like here and there that may click, but then other times I feel like, wait a minute, is that going back to this or that? But then now I realize like no, you're right. It's simple, but it's not easy.
Right. Because again, would you play a video game that is super easy?
I mean, no. Of course not.
Who would?
I,
Unless it's
I don't
just
do
to
that.
waste
I mean, I
time.
do that to children. Yeah, I leave that to like a child, like maybe like a 3-year-old or something like that. But yeah,
But to a 3-year-old, that easy game is hard to them because they haven't
yeah.
lived life yet, right? Just
Hmm.
like pain to a child feels more intense because they haven't experienced pain for a long time. It's also why women have a higher threshold for pain than men because why? We go through that every month, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's not that men are big babies, it's just that they haven't experienced that. So it's a different experience,
Yeah.
right? It's not that they're big babies because to them, the pain that they feel like when they have a cold does feel like they're dying,
Yep. And then there are times
right?
where it's like, oh, please take care of me. Oh, I can't move. Oh, this. It's like really, it's like you can get up and get yourself water. It's like you're not dying. I can understand
Right,
if it's awful. Yeah.
right. But again, it's perspective, right? And
Yep.
their perspective, this is the worst thing ever because that's the worst thing ever they've experienced, right?
Yeah.
The worst thing that they've experienced. And I say the things that I do with caution because I don't like to trigger people and I don't like people to feel sorry for me. But I actually know what it feels like to die. And what's interesting is death is painless. You don't feel anything. Leading up to it, yeah, you could be in pain, sure.
Yeah.
But the actual transition, if you will, is painless because then you're not of your body anymore. Pain is in the body. It's in the vessel, right?
Yeah.
But yes, it's pain is just perception. It's just a perception. So when you perceive that a cold is the worst thing ever, that's your perception. Whereas someone else is like, what are you talking about? I've had fibromyalgia my entire life. Right? Or muscular dystrophy, right? Like
Yeah.
there's more severities, but that's what they've experienced. So therefore the other little things aren't as massive. So yeah, just different perspective. And all of them are valid.
Oh no,
Did
I
you
mean
have
that's
any
definitely true.
yeah. Yeah. So did you have any questions? Anything else you would like me to coach you on?
Um, I feel like everything I have to say, like I said before, I feel like everyone kind of answered my questions in a way because I mean everyone has their own experiences that they're dealing with. And
Hmm.
not to mention that when the one question was like basically just about like really understanding the state and knowing like which part are we actually like how we're doing this. I guess the other thing maybe that might help, like I don't know if anyone else is dealing with this, but like when you're looking at people from since like all of us are us pushed out, like
Hmm.
and let's just say that you're trying to see the person in a different way. Like let's just I could give you an example like for family in a sense. Um but no matter how hard you try, it's like they just still come up that way. Like let's just say like they're like how you explained it before, just someone who is a narcissist. It's kind of like no matter how hard you try like to really see them differently, they still show up the way that it's coming up. And you really do want to see them differently, but it's just really tough. Is it more of like you just continue to ignore it, or is it more of like this is, or you try
You
to
accept it.
persist? Hmm.
You accept it. So this version of reality and that identity of you will always exist. It will always exist. You're not getting rid of anything. You
Yeah.
are just shifting from the forest to the city. And how you shift that is by who you are being. So you do not manifest what you want. You manifest who you are. So
Yeah.
right now, you are the version of you that experiences someone being a narcissist, right? And we don't demonize that. That experience is still valid. But if you no longer wish to be the victim of that, stop being the victim of it. Be the victor, right? Wish them better, wish yourself better.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things you can do is have gratitude. Because if this person didn't exist in your reality, you wouldn't be who you are right now. You wouldn't have the awareness that you do right now. You wouldn't have experienced that, so you wouldn't even know what exists, right?
Yeah.
All experiences are valid. All experiences exist, and they are allowed to exist, right? We
Yeah.
don't demonize them. Another practice that a lot of spiritual teachers, talk about is Ho'onopono.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you might want to do that for these people that quote unquote hurt you, or for yourself that identified as the person that is hurt by them, more importantly,
Yeah.
right? Because you can't experience something that you aren't yourself. Does it make sense? So
Yeah.
I understand you might say, well, I'm not a narcissist. I didn't say you were a narcissist, right?
Hmm.
But you are identifying as a victim of a narcissist.
Yeah.
I don't identify as a victim of a narcissist. Without my ex, I would not have the close relationship that I have with my son. Period. Before him, we got along, we were close, but not like this. You see, that experience had to happen for us to get even closer. For him
Yeah.
to know that without a doubt, he can trust me with anything. He can come to me no matter what it is, and I will not judge him. So, does that answer that question?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. And I know
Yeah.
chat's like going nuts. Like you guys are posting in the chat, and I'm over here coaching. I don't even know what's going on. But yeah, just realize that all versions of other people exist, and the version that you don't prefer will always exist. We send it off with love, right? We send it off with love, and we want better for them, because who wants to be a narcissist? Who wants to not
Oh,
experience feelings? Who wants to not feel empathy and to, you know, not be in touch with themselves? That's
oh, yeah.
horrible, right? That's horrible. And most of the time people become like narcissistic, actually have NPD, not, these buzzwords that people throw around, the actual diagnosis, right?
Yeah.
Because they have experienced trauma. And that is a trauma response. Just like someone that's an empath or empathic is also a trauma response,
Yeah.
right? They're the duality of the same thing. It's
Which
kind of
makes
like
sense.
someone,
Yeah.
right? It's kind of like someone that has had parents with a substance abuse problem, right? Like let's say their parents are alcoholics. It can go one of two ways. Either
Yep.
they become an alcoholic themselves, or they abstain from alcohol entirely, right?
Yep.
It can go one of two ways. And it's not that of an extreme sometimes. Sometimes it's not black and white. Sometimes it's in the middle. My biological mother was an alcoholic. She was a drug addict. I am immune to THC. I drink maybe a handful of times a year. I can count on my hands how many times I drink a year. And I have maybe a glass or two of wine, or like one cocktail or whatever, right? I don't have an addictive personality because I don't identify as that.
Yeah.
right? But I was given up because she had substance abuse problems.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that I have to be that. So you see, it's all identity. It's all who you say you are. And people have told me all the time, well, aren't you neurodivergent? Aren't you autistic with ADHD? Yes. I was diagnosed 7, 8 years ago. And people tell me all the time, you could change that. I could, but why should I? See, my mind works differently. Because of how my mind works, I can look at your situation from a different perspective than someone that is quote unquote neurotypical. Right?
Oh, yeah.
It's just that my brain works differently. That's all it is. It's not, to me, it's not a disability. It's a strength. You see, you can even turn what other people call a disability or something that is negative as something positive. Right? I
Oh,
used to know
absolutely. Yeah.
someone that lost their legs. Okay. In Iraq,
Oh,
they served and they lost their legs, right? And they are the most happy person, joyful person you'd ever meet because they're like, I'm alive. My comrades aren't, right?
yeah.
I'm alive. I'm here. And they are now a motivational speaker. They go to high schools and colleges and speak and help
That's
kids
amazing.
that might have disabilities or might think that they're not good enough, right? They use
Yeah.
it as their strength. They're like, see, I don't even have legs. And they take off one of their prosthetics and like, see, you could easily just take my legs away, right? And then I can't go anywhere. But it has not stopped them. So there's a video on my channel of the two girls, the two twin girls story, and I'll tell it here. It was
Yeah.
told to me by a family member of mine, but basically there's two twin girls, right? And it's just a story. I don't think it's a real story, but it is what it is. Um, Two twin girls that are put into different rooms. One girl is put into a room with everything she could ever desire. There's even a pony in there. There's, candy, there's toys, there's all these things. And then the other twin is put in a room full of shit, right? They leave them alone for a while and they come back. They first go to the girl that's in the room with everything she could ever want. And she's sad and she's crying. And they ask her, why are you sad? Why are you crying? You've got all these amazing things around you. She said, yeah, but I have no one to share it with. They go to the other room with the girl that's surrounded by and she's happy and she's laughing and she's flinging the poop everywhere, right? And they ask her, why are you so happy? And she said, well, with all this horse everywhere, there's got to be a pony in here somewhere. She was trying to find the pony. So you see, it's your perspective of the situation,
Yeah.
right? You can be the girl that has it all and sad, or you can be the girl that's in the room of horse and is happy trying to find a pony. Choice is yours. It's all in how you perceive your reality.
Yeah.
Another story I've talked about, I think in live streams, I don't think I've talked about it in videos. I might have, but this is a real story. Is either, I think it was, I was pregnant with my son. My son wasn't born yet. I know that. And I was out with my nephew. My nephew is older, right? My nephew's older than my son. And he was 3 at the time, I think, 3 or 4, something like that. And he talked very advanced for his age. He was either 3, 4, or 5. I can't remember. But we were out and I took him to McDonald's and we got food. And as we left, there was a homeless man that was pushing a cart with like blankets all over it, stuff like that. And he said, he must be hungry. Can we get him a burger? And I said, sure, let's go do it. So we went inside and we got him a meal and he went to give it to him. And the man looked at him and he said, oh, well, thank you, son, but I'm not hungry. And then he pulled off the blankets and there was thousands of dollars in that cart. That man wasn't actually homeless. Well, he was, but it was by choice, right? And he
Yeah.
handed my nephew $100 bill, right? He handed me one too, and I asked him. I was like, "Sir, if you don't mind me asking, if you've got all this money, why do you live this way?" And he said, "I've got all that I need right here." Right?
Yeah.
I have all that I need right here. I'm happy and content. You see, you don't need all the things outside of you to be happy and content. This man was abundant beyond belief, but you couldn't tell. Perception, right?
Yeah.
And that situation is valid too. And see, the situations I've gone through in my life, and everyone else can experience this as well. Think back to every situation you have been in, people that you have met, everything else. And you'll see the story within that, the lesson within it, that is showing you who you are. Everything in your reality is trying to tell you who you are.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can even give an example. Like my person, I guess like that, like the whole entire topic as they're talking about it. One of the things I'm trying, not, I shouldn't say trying because we're not trying. One of the things I realized with the old story was he constantly was always trying to seek validation from other people. And one of the
Mm-hmm.
things I also was teaching him was you don't need to be validated by other people. Who gives a crap? But he had this strong, like, belief that he needs to prove something or he needs to go out of his way for people, even though those, let's just say some of those people didn't respect him or didn't treat him good back. But yet he was just so determined that these are great friends. And that was one of the things when we're all having this discussion and we're all having these things, and I'm learning within myself, like, I used to be like that. I used to go out of my way to try to validate people and be a people pleaser. And he and my person was showing me, like, that's who I used to be. And I'm now seeing it from an outside perspective, like, I don't need that. I don't need to prove anything.
Mm-hmm. Yep. People will
And it's
reflect
just,
that.
yeah. And it was just making a lot more sense. But one of the things I do want to shift into is that he doesn't care about that anymore.
Already see
Or
that
I
he
should say,
doesn't.
like, yeah,
Already see that he doesn't. He see that he is a good person and he's giving the overflow. He is no longer giving from an empty cup. So whether
yeah,
whoever he's giving to is irrelevant because he's giving the overflow. He gives to himself more than he does anybody else,
yeah.
right? That's how you have to see it. But all right, guys. Should I catch up with the chat and see
Yeah,
and see
I think
what
we should because I was seeing I was seeing everyone like in the chat and I was like, wait a minute here, like sometimes with my phone, like, oh,
yeah, I have no idea what everybody was saying. Let's see. Actually, my person just liked my video with a fake account. I
aw,
need to make a new story about this. Yeah, you do. He's doing that on a fake account because he has insecurities and he feels like he has to do it from a fake account or otherwise you'll reject him. Trina, I was thinking clarinet because I used to play one. See, I told you, I that just came to my head. I had no idea why. And this is what I'm saying. Your reality is you, right? Your
oh
reality is
yeah.
you. I said it because Trina used to play a clarinet. I said it in my reality, and then she just reflected it back, right? I played the
Oh, I
flute.
also play flute. Yeah, I also play the flute.
See, so there's always a reason why I say things. Trina,
Yeah.
sometimes I tap my feet to music if I am sitting. Yes, I was talking about the new character slash parallel shift into the new personality. Okay. Trina, it's hard, but it can be done. I did Steve Harvey's 300 list. I didn't know Steve Harvey had that. Blessed. I have a success story. So before we started, I said I was in a program. So I saw a guy that I like, and he was looking at me. So I came outside to listen to Alchemistic when it was my turn. He came outside, and I told myself he's going to talk to me first. And guess what he did? When we were talking, I told myself in my head that he was going to take my number, and he did. Of course he did. Looked like a freaking goddess. Why wouldn't he? He would be a stupid guy, like absolutely stupid if he didn't. Absolutely stupid. Momita, how to be unbothered by the 3D. I believe I have my desires already, but something 3D circumstances makes me sad, not doubt, but sad. Sad is just a human emotion. You are not your human emotions. You are not your human emotions. Human emotions are valid. Okay. You're sad because you know that this is not your reality. It's not who you are anymore. Look at it that way. Okay. That's why you're sad. Feel the feelings and then release and then get back to self. That's all you need to do. Trina, the person next door whined to management that I was making too much noise. However, she had someone in our common area late at night. That's okay. I can't play a video and have to walk on eggshells. Stop seeing it that way. All right, guys, this has been a session. We've been on here 2.5 hours almost. So I am going to wrap this up. I'm going to get off here in 8 minutes. So if there's someone that has a last question, I will take it. You can type it in the chat. And so I'll be able to take that footage and put it on Skool. So the full thing will be on Skool. I'm probably not going to post the full thing on public. I'll post certain segments on public. They don't get all of it. They don't get all of me. They only get some of me. They got to join the Skool if they want all of it. Any song recommendations? Girl, I listen to everything. I'm a human jukebox. But my suggestion is, especially with your situation, Momita, don't listen to breakup songs. Don't listen to breakup songs. Don't listen to like songs where like the guy cheats or the woman cheats or anything like that. Right? I love 90s country. I like old school country. I don't like new country. But yeah, don't listen to breakup songs. We are respectfully breaking up from Taylor Swift, okay? Until she releases songs about her love with Kelsey. Okay. We are not listening to any of her songs. I don't even know any of her songs, to be honest with you. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan, but I do know that that's all she talks about is like her exes. So we don't listen to that. Okay. I like the song she made last year. I don't know what song that is. See, I don't listen. I don't listen. There is one recent like breakup song, if you will, that I think is really good because it talks about self-love, which is Flowers by why can't I think straight? Miley Cyrus. Yeah, there we go. Miley Cyrus. Brain didn't want to, it was processing too much. But yeah, that song. Um, because she's talking about self-love, right? I can buy myself flowers, write my name in the sand, talk to myself for hours, say things you'll never understand, right? And she's saying exactly what I teach you guys. Give yourself what you want to experience from someone else. Write yourself love letters. I do. It's not egotistical. It's not narcissistic. No one needs to know about it, right? Literally, no one needs to know. So write yourself love letters. Take yourself on dates. You've never heard a song by her. Okay, go look it up. But give yourself flowers. Give yourself all the things that you want from someone else. So that way it becomes normal. It's your new normal. It's your default. Right? It's not something you yearn for because you already have it. So then when it happens, you're like, oh yeah, that's normal. Of course he's doing that. Of course she's doing that. Because you do it for yourself. Trina, I don't care about dining or going to a movie. Then do what you want. Like what you would want to experience with your person. So if you want to go hiking, go hiking. Like don't stop yourself from doing the things that you would want to do with someone else. When you focus on yourself and obsess over yourself as much as you're obsessing over someone else, you literally forget they exist. And oftentimes that's when they come back. But the caveat to that is you cannot do it and think, oh, this will get my person. No, it has to be because it's what you want. It's for you. Okay? It's giving it to yourself. Not in the hopes of, oh, it's going to get the thing. Screw the thing. You ever notice like every success story out there says, I got it when I gave up. I was doing 10,000 affirmations a day. And the moment I stopped doing it, they came knocking at my door. Every single time. Every single time. The moment you stop putting the focus on them and put that focus back on you, instant. And here's the thing. If you focus on yourself so much and raise your identity and raise your self-concept, because self-concept is identity, right? So much to you are obsessing over yourself and you're loving yourself like Kanye loves Kanye. Okay? If they come back and they are not what you want, you will be able to say no until they become that or someone better shows up. Trina, the reference is that Kanye loves Kanye better than anyone. Kanye said that he makes music for us because he is us or something like that. Exactly. Again, pop culture says it, religion says it, books say it. Everything in your reality is trying to tell you what you are. Everything in your reality is trying to tell you what you are. Blessed came back. Girl, did you go off with that guy or what? But anyway, everything in reality is trying to tell you what you are. So Eminem literally said, I am whatever you say I am. What is he saying? He is saying that your perception of him is whatever it is in your reality. He can only show up in your reality as you expect him to. So if you think he's a pompous prick, he's going to be a pompous prick. Right? If you think he's a lyrical genius, he's a lyrical genius. Okay? This is why you have different opinions, right? It's whatever you say it is. When Jesus says, for who do you say I am? There's two caveats to that. So the first is who do you say Jesus is? So Jesus can only be what you perceive him to be. And who do you say you are in relation to him? And who do you say you are in general? Right? That's reality. And like I said, literally everything in your reality is whatever you say it is. Okay? And your reality is trying to tell you what you are and the facts about everything. So, examples here. It's in the Bible. Literally everything in the Bible proves manifestation, right? It's in pop culture. I have plenty of videos about movies, about songs, about all that stuff. I need to do a whole video on different songs. I need to do that. I have a video about breaking down Alice in Wonderland on how that's literally the manifestation journey and discovering who she is, right? Discovering herself as the I am, as the operant power of her reality. Caterpillar asked Alice, "Who are you?" And she said, "I don't know." And he said, "Well, then how am I supposed to know if you don't know?" The Cheshire Cat said, "No matter what path you take, you get to the same result." Why do you get to the same result? Because it's who you are being. So it doesn't matter what path you take. Example here, me changing the weather on my vacation. Okay. I said, no matter what, I'm going to be, okay, I'm going to be a sexy bee on the beach. Okay. No matter what. So when my reality showed me the opposite, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go there anyway. I don't care if it's raining. I'm going to be on the beach. Right? My friend even told me, let's reschedule because there's a storm this week. Cool. I rescheduled. No problem. It's still happening. Right? It didn't matter what path I took. And then when she said, oh, it's probably not going to happen, I said, no, it is. I don't care. I'm going to be on the beach anyway. What happened? I got there, the rain stopped. Literally, as I got there. Sort of like going to another state thinking that your life is going to change and it doesn't. Exactly. Because it's not the state. It's not the country. It's not anything else. It's who you are. Now, you could desire to be in another state. That's perfectly fine. But that doesn't change who you are. Only you can change who you are. So like me moving here was because I wanted to. Now I want to move somewhere else just because I like to. It's not that I think like, oh, my life is going to drastically change and be so much better or anything like that. It's just, it's what I want to do. Right? I feel called to do it, so I'm going to do it. All right, guys. It has been 2 hours, 45 minutes, approximately. I think I'm going to get off of here. So I am going to post the replay on Skool, okay, for you guys. Give me some time to do that. I will be posting this on Skool for you guys to see as long as you are in the school. And I will be clipping this up to post on YouTube. Yeah. So I love you guys. I'm getting out of here. And I know no matter if you're with me live or if you're watching the replay, no matter when it is, what am I going to say? You're about to have the best day or night of your life. And I already know that that's the case for you. Take care, guys.